People still take in lyrics and lies for a joke, a passing hope, or a phase with the rope. Sometimes I frown when I'm trying to believe that we're being challenged by podcast MCs. I try to tell them we're all in this together. Our show is being viewed because no one could ever think like we think or do what we'll do. We'll steal the show and then we'll leave without a clue. What's going on? This is Lyrics and Lies, Money Green, chilling with Shayz on the mic.
I like that, Money Green. That was a good one.
Thank you. That was on Off the Dome. Now, it wasn't my rhyme. That is KRS-One's I'm Still Number One. That's the opening few lines. And at the drop of a hat, I had to change a few things and inject us in there. And that takes skill.
And it does. And with our show, we always bring back the old school so it can remind you where rap came from and how it started.
Yeah.
So I like that we bless y'all with some bars back in the day.
Yeah. We're going to get into some more things. But right now, we're going to talk about Jussie Smollett, Chicago PD.
You talking about Jussie with
Chris Rock, Taraji. We're going to get into Empire. We're going to talk about Jussie. So, off the break just now, you said Jussie with an E or with a U. So, you're going down the avenue of Chris Rock. So, what did Chris Rock have to say?
Chris Rock, first of all, you can't tell Chris Rock that he can't do a joke. First of all, you don't say, we're not going to do any jokes about Jussie Smollett. So what you think Chris going to do?
I think I'm going to talk about Jussie. I'm going to talk about him. Jussie. But he said that he lost all respect for Jussie Smollett. So instead of saying Jussie, he's going to strip away the U and he's going to call him Jussie for now. So from now on, he's Jussie Smollett.
Jussie.
He had a couple of other jokes and everything, which is cool. Was Jussie there?
Jussie was not there.
Okay, so Jussie was not at the NAACP Image Awards, but he was nominated for one. That's interesting. And he was nominated for one before this controversy broke out. So it's honorable for them to allow him to remain a nominated artist or Image Award potential winner, actor, whatever. And I'm glad they didn't say, well, you know what, since this little controversy and we don't know what's going on, we're going to strip him from this, take his name and stop him from being a nominee. I'm glad they didn't do that.
Because they do that with a lot of other artists.
They did? They've done that before?
They have stripped stuff. When you do something wrong, you got to get stripped from what you...
I'm talking about the nomination.
Well, no, you're right. With the nomination part, you're correct.
No, I was just wondering. I'm glad they didn't do that. But going beyond that, of course, he was found, they dropped all the charges against him, which is supposed to mean that they didn't think they could win the case or whatever. Word in the street is that some phone calls were made and some deals were put together. And he was allowed to post his $10,000 and his community service, and now he's a free man. Doesn't have to deal with the trial or anything. All charges are dropped. Now you have the Chicago PD in an uproar. And not only are they upset, they complain. I think it was the mayor, Rahm Manuel or whatever his name is, and the police chief or whatever. They are pissed. Okay. They are pissed.
They did a lot of man hours on this case. All
right, so Shayz said they spent a lot of man hours. That's what they said.
That's what they said.
Now, they didn't...
Allegedly.
Right. Yeah, we had to allege that. Well, no, they said that, but allegedly they did it. Yeah. I think that's some BS. $135,000 in investigation fees. That's what Chicago PD are saying they spent trying to investigate whether or not he was assaulted and a rope thrown around his neck and bleach from a hot sauce bottle thrown on him by two white dudes. So how much?
They wasn't white.
Allegedly. Supposed to be two white dudes. So how much investigation goes into that? $135,000? Hell no. I think that investigation should probably cost about $5,000-$6,000. So this is what you do. You question Jussie one time. There's supposed to be some man hours behind that. That's some BS because that's their.
One officer.
But that's their job, and they were going to get paid anyway to investigate anything
with any case.
Anything.
Yeah, any
car accident. Police show up on the scene.
Right.
They're getting paid to be there anyway.
Correct.
So you're going to pay detectives to be detectives, and then you're going to try to charge the people who are being investigated for the detectives to detect what they're paid to detect when they are investigating things.
Because that's what they get paid for, and that's what they went to school for.
That's some BS.
Yeah.
Then, so you have them interviewing Jussie. Then you have them looking at the cameras in the area. Then you have them asking if anyone saw anything and coming on TV saying that anyone seen anything. Not much money goes into that.
No, because the cameras were already posted.
Right.
All they do is go to the camera and pull the tape.
And they say, no, we don't have any footage, or our camera was aimed the other way. Okay, that's it. Then they say we want to investigate these two Nigerian guys, and then go through their phone. First of all, the brothers ain't really Nigerian. They're born here in America. Nigerian American. They were born here. Parents may be from out Nigeria. But that goes back into some Malcolm X stuff I'm not going to touch on. But nevertheless, interviewing them.
Correct.
Were the daggone investigators who questioned Jussie, who are already being paid to be investigators. No extra money spent. This is a whole bunch of BS that Chicago PD is doing. And now they want to sue him for $135,000 in charges. And I believe they can charge for damages on top of the $135,000. Now.
But they already got community service hours.
And they got
paid money. I mean, what else can you really do with this case? I mean, that's just overkill.
Yeah, but here's the case. So they're upset that the state's or the district attorney or whatever dropped the charges.
Their feelings hurt.
Yeah, their feelings are hurt because things didn't go their way. So let me ask you, it's two little, and I ain't gonna say little things, these are two huge things. Number one, how come they aren't in this much of an uproar when someone is killed? When that black girl was murdered in the hotel, she came up dead in the freezer or whatever in that hotel in Chicago. Or when all these murders take place in Chicago, was that the South Side or whatever? How come these police aren't in an uproar about that? They're not upset about that. They're not having all these press conferences, spitting all this venom. Yeah, this is a travesty. They did it. How come they don't talk about the travesty of injustice that they participate in every time someone is murdered or a crime goes unsolved in Chicago? But
and how many crimes have been unsolved in Chicago?
They got hundreds of murders that they haven't done anything about. But now they want to jump on an actor who said he was racially attacked or punched once or twice. And he fought back, so it's not like he was really hurt. No, he fought back. That's a gay Tupac.
Because it's Tupac.
So,
I was about to say that.
So CPD is on some BS. Now they should have been in the what the got they on, but we know what they on. We don't even have to ask that question.
They're trying to redeem themselves with the Jussie Smollett story. What they was trying to do. They felt if they was able to solve this case, get everything together, that would put them back in the good graces of the people. And since it didn't go down that way, now they're mad and their feelings is hurt. So they figured that they need to do something
their feelings
to make
hurt.
it right.
You hit that.
And I would say it's more than just hurt. Their egos are bruised.
Their feelings are hurt.
Their egos are bruised.
Egos are bruised. They're crushed. They're like some little suckers. They just ain't go to jail. So here's another interesting angle. If he went to trial and were found guilty, they wouldn't try to charge him anything.
I know, because they got what they wanted.
Right. So with that being said, thank you for saying that so eloquently. Is a conviction worth $135,000? Because basically they're saying we're paying for you to be convicted. We've gathered all this stuff in our investigation. It comes up to this price. Now go to jail or pay this. That's basically what they're saying. Because if he were to get locked up or found guilty, they wouldn't talk about any charges. They'd just be celebrating.
Right. And since it didn't go to trial, everything got dropped. What is there to recoup on?
And I hear the argument, if he's really innocent, he would go to trial. Are you out your mind?
Just because you're innocent or guilty, depending on how the situation went down, you don't have to go to trial to be proven innocent.
You don't have to.
If you didn't go to trial, something came up for you. There must have been some innocence in it for for the trial to be dropped. We don't know all the ins and outs of what happened and why it was dropped. I do know that the prosecutor in the trial was too close to Jussie as a person or a friend or something like that, and that's part of the reason. That's some of the reason why it got dropped.
Well, whether the charges were dropped because of his innocence or remnants,
or lack of,
or piece of his innocence, or lack of evidence, or lack of clear evidence,
correct,
or due to strings being pulled, your object on this or in America is to stay out of jail. And one way to do that is not to put your freedom in the hands of a judge or in the hands of a jury. If you can skate away from any jail time without going to trial, do it. If it's gonna cost you $10,000, do it. If it's gonna cost you $20,000, do it. But stay your ass out of jail, and you start that by staying away from the court system. Mm-hmm. And he did that successfully. He played by the rules, by the legal rules set up by the forefathers and all these lawyers and judges. He played by the rules. He beat the police at their game. And now they want to get upset. They don't know nothing about court. So now they want to take a victim, a quote unquote victim, to court. They on some BS.
Because they feel that, they're like you said, they're mad about the situation and how it went down. But it is what it is. You need to go ahead and move on from this point and just do better with the next cases that come across in Chicago.
$135,000.
Do better in your next cases, or the unsolved ones that y'all haven't solved yet. How about that?
The city wants to sue him for $135,000 for manpower that they wasted. They weren't going to do nothing else with it but sit around and eat donuts.
I guess they've been on TV 3 and 4 times. That's some airtime, I guess. I don't know.
That's free.
I really would like to know, how did they come up with that figure? How did they come up with that number? It would be nice to know, how did they come up with that price tag?
Great idea. We want to break down Shayz on the mic, backed up by Money Green, Lyrics and Lies. We want to break down of these daggone charges. What exactly are the charges? We want an itemized report of every dollar spent investigating Jussie Smollett's alleged case.
And don't put them donut prices from Dunkin' Donuts on there.
They gonna put those on there.
They gonna put them on there.
They gotta put in their coffee. They gotta put in their donuts.
That's $100 right there.
They gotta put in the when they went to Subway, because you best believe when they went to Subway to investigate, they ordered some food. We want to know exactly what he ordered. Oh, all meat? Well, we don't know. Any of us can eat that much meat as Jussie eats. But extra meat and mayonnaise, that's all they want? That's all they wanted on it? Okay, well, give us that. We'll try it.
We want to see every bit of evidence down to the gas.
And they put that in there. This is some BS. And nobody wants to. This is just a whole bunch of BS. But they also said they want to put an extra charge on anybody that hires him to film in Chicago.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he said that too.
So was he a flight risk? He's a high risk actor?
No.
I mean, what?
They're saying if you hire him in the state of Illinois, you had to pay extra money. You had to pay us. So we're going to charge.
I own him.
Exactly. We're going to charge an extra fee. No, because of because of him being the charges being dropped. So Jussie was released from the end of this season, but like you said before, it wasn't the end of the series, it was the end of the season. So Empire's supposed to return next year. And Taraji says Jussie will be on the next season of Empire.
Okay.
So you know the police in Chicago and the mayor or whomever, they're pissed about that. And to take it further, this punk ass president, Trump, talking about he wants to do a separate investigation, a federal investigation, and to look into Jussie and what he did.
He has a big nerve.
I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it loud and clear. Jussie said he was the gay Tupac, and now he's proven it. Because he has successfully done something that Tupac wasn't able to do. He has a president on his ass. Now, even though this president is short-sighted, dumb-witted, idiotic, and a whole bunch of other things, to the point where his attention span would take him to an actor on TV show, on a Fox TV show. His attention takes him there as opposed to worrying about the entire country and everything, because it's MAGA people. He loves his MAGA people. That's really what sent him there. So this racist, Make America Again president is focusing on Jussie Smollett, a little frail, tiny little dude.
But you know why he's doing that, right?
Because Jussie is officially the gay Tupac.
No, he likes to throw stuff. He likes to throw things in different directions, so you can. So in sight of what he's doing, the things that he's doing that's dumb and ignorant, he wants to put it somewhere else so we could take the focus off of him. He likes to do that. He likes to take the focus off of himself and put it on something else temporarily, so it looks like he's doing something.
Well, if Trump is throwing things out there, then Jussie Smollett is throwing things out there. You know what Jussie Smollett is throwing up? Jussie is throwing up the W. That's the index finger, wide, pinky, other side of wide, and that ring finger and that middle finger cross. He's throwing up that W, saying West Side. Jussie is the
so
gay.
So it's no thug life with that.
No thug life. Jussie is all hug life. Show Jussie a handsome man, he's gonna hug him. Jussie is hug life, not thug life. West Side Jussie, the gay.
That's the little difference between him and Tupac.
Oh, there's a lot more difference than that.
But I mean, that's the subtle difference that we're talking about right now.
Jussie, the gay Tupac, got the president on his ass. He escaped. He walked out of that courtroom strutting. He said, "I'm the man up in here, for real." But we gonna leave it like that. Lyrics and lies, talking about Jussie Smollett, the gay Tupac. Money Green, Shayz on the mic. We out.